The Mad Talks group is now reaching its 2-year anniversary. So I thought it was a good time to connect with all of the people who have been watching Mad Talks and on a more random basis to actually understand how the whole thing actually works. This is our giant iTab. We absolutely love this because what it does, it basically replicates your cell phone and goes out there and does things for you. So this is what Mad Talks looks like. We have all of the videos out there, and here we have a multiple series of channels, all of the channels, Mad Women, Women Who Make a Difference. You know, Mad Talks means mad means make a difference. So these are Mad Women, Mad Founders, I'm Completely Nuts, Mad Leaders, Mad Entrepreneurs, and so on. That is the core of our business. However, as we went there, we started looking at all of the interviews that we had done. And through my experience from my media days with Bloomberg, with the Times, and with Dow Jones and Wall Street Journal, one of the things I understood through our clients and partners is that they would like to have their own brand being represented rather than only coming in, even under a big branded name. So we said, okay, we'll start developing using our content, our production, and our capability of understanding the storytelling process, create something fresh and something new for you. So what I do is I go out there and say, well, guys, do you want your own TV and radio channel? And most people say, yes, we do. So what we did was to create them. The first one we created was something called Future Leaders Organization. We call it FLOW. These are young people, young teams, youth boards, startups, all of the things that young people need to basically build themselves in the future. And that is what the Future Leaders Organization is. We have reverse mentoring and mutual mentoring. We have future advisory boards. We have future startups. And then building the teams in this whole thing to enable us to get into the future. This is going to be one of our core areas of business as we go forward, because this is where the stories are. All of the entrepreneurs, all of the young people, that they are going out there making a difference and making things happen. While we were doing this, we went to a company, an incubator, accelerator called DTech. So we said, okay, folks, we'll do something for you. Now, DTech is a startup environment. And because it's a startup environment, we said, let's build something which is focused around startups only. And then because we'd like to build something exponential coming out of that, we created what is called Startup X. We helped to create the brand, and it's powered by DTech, produced by Mad Talks. And what we do is like a TV radio show once a month. We do master classes, we do a lot of learning and development, and this particular thing basically comes together, and all of the young entrepreneurs, the young startups that are there at DTech can benefit from this. There are over 1,500 companies there. Now we're looking at other people and other organizations that have even more startups than DTech has. And this has the ability and the legs to go overseas. We're talking Singapore, Turkey, Kenya, and various other places where Startup X is going to be available as our brand globally, and we'll take it from there. Now, as this initiative started developing, people said, hang on, we can do other things. Can we do the future of learning? Which we did, which was one of our first channels with the North London Collegiate School and the Heartland School system. They sort of said they'd like to engage with the audiences and their clients, parents, teachers, and so on. Then this becomes the only place in town where if a teacher or a parent wants to go in and check up about what is happening at school and what are the stories and the feedback from the people there. So let me go through into the parents channel. One click and we are in, and then all our parents are giving their views in our talk show and the radio show. And then each parent is asked a series of questions, and then they can provide all of their feedback and responses. This is extremely interesting because this is the only objective environment where you can find parents' views of what they think, how they would like to develop their children and their learning curriculum. Because the school systems generally in the world today are lagging behind what technology is providing. And then more recently, we launched something called the Future of FinTech. And this was at an amazing glittering show. All of the smartest people, the governor of the central bank was there, the head of the DMCC was there, all the leaders of banks, financial institutions and so on, plus a load of startups. So we interviewed all of the startups and we put together and got our overall awards also. So basically what happens is that Rather than get a 2-minute video somewhere and which sort of disappears on your website somewhere, you can actually create something like this for yourself, which is what we've done. Now we're looking at partners and so on who will come in and work with us on developing the future of fintech. These channels are storytelling channels. These channels are to capture everything, because I see a lot of content being produced all over the world, and all the conferences that I attend, where does it go? It disappears. You never find them. This thing actually pulls it together. We as a company, our production unit, our content unit, pulls it all together, tells it as a story, captures it, and puts it together in a format that is user-friendly. So this is the core business of Mad Talks. What we do at Mad Talks is we have a podcast, digital podcast, audio-visual platform, and then we grow from there. We build your own brands, and now we're going global with this brand. In 2019, you'll see at least another 8 to 10 of these new channels coming in locally and regionally, and then we expand and grow from there. So get in touch with us. This is what we do, and this is Mad Talks.